Good. Actually, I think this one is related to the FAQs. The age-old question: EQ versus IQ. And so, why is EQ more important in the workplace than IQ, as particularly in leadership positions?
Well, let me take that. I spoke to it earlier. Remember, I said that I had competence models from more than 100 different organizations. And what I found really interesting, IQ matters. Of course it matters, but it's largely threshold. For example, to get an MBA or an advanced degree of any kind, you need an IQ about a standard deviation above the norm, around 114, 115. But here's the problem. Once you get your MBA and once you get hired, you're competing with and working with people who are as smart as you are. So there's a floor effect for IQ. Emotional intelligence is largely not a factor or a big factor until you get into the workplace. For example, in school, it's barely a factor at all. But if you're hired, things like, well, how do you do on a team? How empathic are you? How do you manage yourself? How do you motivate yourself? Can you keep working toward your goals when there's a setback? In other words, the emotional intelligence competencies turn out to be differentiators of outstanding performance. And IQ is what got you there, but it's your emotional intelligence that will help you career ladder.
Dan, I wanted to ask you on question 2 on this slide. Does emotional intelligence mean you have to agree with everyone? I'm wondering if you've heard that question before, if you have an answer that helps people understand the right way of approaching it or viewing it.
Sometimes it's asked this way, just that you're nice, not necessarily. You can be very strong and assertive about your views, but about your opinions. You don't have to agree with everyone. You'll probably get along better with everyone, but you won't agree with them necessarily. And I think that emotional intelligence means you can be very firm in your attitudes and firm in what you know to be true. And is everyone supposed to have emotional intelligence? Well, everyone has a profile of strengths and weaknesses in emotional intelligence. There are different ways to be emotionally intelligent. About supposed to, I think that in a workplace, in a company, in an organization, if I were head, I'd like to have as high emotional intelligence in everyone as I could, because I think we would get optimal performance out of individual teams in the whole organization.